Hi friends, it's Deanna here, and today we're sewing up the 24/7 top. And I really like this top, and I have a few of them, so I figured to show you how to do it together, just in case you had any questions about it. But this is an easy top, so I'm really excited. So here's my back, and I have it here folded in half as when I cut it. And I'm gonna measure on the top. This is my top part of my back. This is my bottom where my hem goes. So I'm going to measure 1 inch from the edge. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and pin it right there. Mark it where the inch is. And now I'm going to sew right here at the inch. I'm going to go sew down a little, just a little, what do you call it? Basting stitch. Just a basting stitch right there where I marked it. Because that's where we're going to do a little pleat in the back of our shirt. Alright. There it is. Just a quick little stitch right there. Okay. So now that I did that, I'm going to go ahead and open it. And here it is. We've got this little stitch. It doesn't matter that I have all these threads. I'm gonna take them off once I sew it on. That's just to mark it right there to keep it on while I'm sewing, so I don't have to hold this little pleat right there. It's already on, right? It's sewn on. I'm gonna go ahead and steam it open. So all I did was I sewed it straight, then I'm gonna push it down and sew it open, so it opens on both sides. So it's just a little pleat. I'll show you. It has that cute little pleat in the back. The top those. There is the pleat. Okay, so after I do that, I'm going to put it face up, and now I'm going to attach my top bodice, my top back bodice to it. Okay, so this is my front. Here's my top back bodice, and I'm going to attach the bottom of that to the top of my shirt, right sides together. And I'm using a very lightweight woven for the bottom of the shirt, and a double brush poly for the top of the shirt. You want something that has stretch for the top of the shirt, but then for the bottom you can use wovens. But you can also use something with a stretch. That's fine. You don't want to use something too stiff, because if you do, then it won't flow as nicely. But this is like a crepe. It's like a I'm drawing a blank, but it's a very soft woven material. So now I'm going to go ahead and sew that seam where the raw edges meet together of the top. Okay. After I sew that on, I can remove that basting stitch, because now the shirt is on. And the reason why I wanted that basting stitch is so that when I sewed on my my shirt together, I could catch that little pleat right there. If you see it, now my pleat is on there, so I can go back on the back and just remove that basting stitch. I do have one of these little guys, seam ripper. Seam ripper can be your friend, but it can also be quite annoying when you are using it and you don't want to, when you make a mistake, which I do often. Alright, so now that is gone, but our pleat is still there because I had it pinned down. So you can see that. Looks real cute. Alright, so now after I did that, I'm going to go ahead and do my front. So this is my back, it's already on. Now I'm going to go ahead and do my front. Now for the front, we're just straightforward attaching the bottom to the shirt. So this is my front, this is the bottom of my front, and here's my bottom of my shirt. So I'm just going to go ahead and attach it. We're not doing pleats or anything, so it's just going straight, right sides together, right on top of that shirt top. So I'm just going to go ahead and pin it and sew it together. Okay. Making sure I should have probably pinned a little bit more than just the 2 pins I made. Making sure they're even. Making sure you're attaching both of them on. I probably should have pinned a little bit more. But you know, sometimes I'm not I don't pin as much as I should. Alright, here we are. There we go. Alright, now my shirt is pinned at the bottom, and you can go ahead and steam that down so it's straight. Okay, and now I'm going to grab where my sleeves are, my shoulders. I'm going to go ahead and sew those shoulders together. Okay, so I'm going to put, this is my front face up, and here's my back face down right on top of it. And we're meeting at the shoulders. And I'm going to go ahead and pin those. I'll put a little bit more pins on there so it doesn't get all squiggly like the bottom did. Should have probably put more than 2 pins on there. And I'm going to do the same with the other side of the sleeve. I'm just pinning the shoulder seam. And I'm going to go ahead and sew that together. Sew those 2 shoulder seams together. Shirt is coming together nicely. This is such a cute, simple but cute shirt. And it's got a little detail with the pleat on the back and the different color blockings and stuff like that. And the fact that you can use some woven makes it really neat, because I know sometimes you can find some really cute prints and woven that you cannot find on the knit fabric. So I really like that about this top. It's casual, but it's cute. Okay, so we found out some people say that they had a better time hemming the shirt before they sewed it together, but it's really up to you. If you want to go ahead and hem now, this would be a great time for hemming, but if you want to wait until you put the 2 sides together, you can do that as well. I'm going to go ahead and hem, and the way I'm going to hem is I'm folding it 1/4 up since it's woven, and then I'm folding it 1/4 up again, because that way it doesn't come unraveled. So it's 1/4 up, then 1/4 up again, and I'm steaming, and I'm going to pin, and then I'm going to go ahead and hem that. So I'm going to do that all around for my front and my back, and I'm sewing that up, hemming it, and then we'll come back and do the next step. Alright, so my shirt is hemmed, and I'm going to go ahead and now sew the sides together. So I'm going to put my one side face up, and then my other side I'm going to put it right on top of it, face down. So we'll start right here and pin it all the way down. And we're literally just sewing the 2 sides up, right up to the bottom. Just spin it down, and then we're going to go ahead and sew them together. And I am using a serger, but you can use a zigzag stitch on your sewing machine, a stretch stitch on your sewing machine. It'll work just fine. Then, because of the fact that I hemmed before I put the sides together, when I'm finished, I will go ahead and tuck those serger tails in at the bottom so that they go away. Okay, almost there. So here at the bottom, got some of my fabric on there. I will tuck that serger tail in to the top, and then it'll be gone. I hide it. I'll hide it right there. Okay. So my top is pretty much together. Look at how cute that is. Yay! So now I gotta do my neckband and hem my sleeves, and we're done. That was so super quick. Okay, so neckband. I've got my neckband cut out already. I'm going to put the two right sides together at the raw edge, the small raw edge, and I'm going to go ahead and serge together to make a continuous loop. Okay, so here it is. Now I'm going to fold them wrong sides together so you can see the outside like a hot dog. Okay, so I'm pinning that right there, and I'm folding the whole thing down the middle. And sometimes it helps if you give it a little bit of a steam to help keep it together. So I'm gonna do that. Steam it down, meeting the raw edges together. And then after I do that, I'm going to quarter my band and my neckband, and my my shirt neck, my neckline, I guess is what you would call it. Sorry, I'm still trying to get them together just to make sure that they're even. All right, so now I'm gonna go ahead and steam it a little bit more. And when I'm doing that, I've got my, right here is my one edge, my half. So I'm going out to this edge, and that's gonna be my other half. And usually I do a little notch to mark my half, my area to notch it. So now I'm gonna meet the front, meet those two, the back seam and the front seam with the together, and I'm gonna go over to one side, and that's my quarter, and then my other side, and that's my other quarter, and I'm gonna mark those. We're almost done. Wasn't that so easy? Almost done. All right, so now to do my front and my back, I'm going to grab where my seams are, shoulder seams. I'm going out to the front, right here, and this will be my front area, my front, and I'm just notching it. I go to the back, and then now my shoulders are farther back, so you want to make sure that you match up the front and back and go to the sides again, because if you use your shoulders, then that's not really a quarter. See how it's farther up the front? So I want to make sure that I do that. Mark the quarters. Don't just go by the shoulders, because then your neckband won't be even. Okay? So now what I'm going to do, now that I have all my quarters, I'm going to start in the back, and I'm going to match up those quarter points. So I'm going to start in the back, and I'm going to match up that quarter point with my neckband. And what I'm doing is I'm matching up the raw edges on the outside of the shirt, so right sides together, and I'm matching all those little points that I made, those quarter points. Okay, and I'm going all the way around to match up those quarter points. And yes, we do sew the neckband to the outside of the shirt. When I first started and I saw that, I was so confused. I always got confused. But they're ready to go. The neckband is on there, and I'm going to go ahead and serge it, and we'll literally be done with our top. All I need to do is hem my sleeves, and that's it. So when you're serging the neckband, I always make sure that my neckband is facing up, because that way I can see all that I'm eating. And I always make sure that my quarters are together, and I am serging all three fabrics together. You don't want to get to the end and realize that you didn't sew them together, because then you have to do it again, and I've had to do it again plenty of times. Okay, so here we go. Make sure your fabrics are lined up together and serge. All right, next quarter. I do it slowly because I want to make sure that my neckband is nice and straight. Because really, if you make a mistake somewhere else, it's not that bad, but with your neckband, that's what you see the most. So I always kind of want to make sure that my neckband is the one thing that I'm paying extra attention to. I usually leave a tail, and then I'll tuck it in later. Alright, so my neckband is done. I'm going to go ahead and steam it. Make sure I sewed all my parts. See, I missed up a little bit of my of my fabric right here. Sometimes when I'm talking to you guys, I don't pay attention, and I do that. So I need to make sure I catch that really gently so it doesn't mess up my neckband when I turn it. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and steam it. So steaming makes a big difference on a neckband. You can top stitch it if you'd like. If you don't want to, you don't have to. I don't really love top stitching shirts because I get scared. But there's my neckband finished and my top finished. All I need to do now is hem my sleeves, give it a good steam at the seams, and I'm done. Yay! I will take a picture of this so you can see it, and I hope you had a great time going along with me and making this quick but so cute top. And I'll see you guys next time. If you haven't, please subscribe to our channel so you can get information every time that a new sew along comes along. If you haven't joined on Ellie and Mac Facebook page, please do so. We've got lots of interactive sew alongs going on over there with prices and all kinds of stuff. And if you sew your top, please, please, please post it on our Instagram or our Facebook so we can see it and share in the joy with you as you make these things. And I hope you have a great day. I hope you have a great rest of your week. And I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.